Hi everyone! So today's video is just here to add a bit of meat to the bone with regards to the message from the House of Taurus. So it was in the message referring to new ways to ground. Now it was pointing out that in the past we used to have this idea of a directional way of grounding by sending our roots down into the ground, really focusing our energy uh, one way towards the earth. In the message, they're mentioning that we can find earth particulates in the air and in the water, even so in the air that we breathe and the water that's inside our bodies. So it's trying to convey the idea that it's time to change how we perceive grounding, and that it's really focusing on this not having to pause, because the idea of grounding, uh, the way I've been taught grounding was anyway, was really like a moment just for that, where I had to create the space and I had to remember stability and my core, and I had to extend my roots to feel that I am able to withstand whatever comes at me, but always in a directional way, as I really feel that this message is inviting us to see things differently. And on that note, what occurred when we did a live experience after the message was really this image of us being a sphere, or if you want to use a different image that's more obvious, us being a planet and having our own gravitational force that holds all our pieces together. And in this way, rather than having to send our energy in a particular way, the place to go back to is the center. And it's to just go back inwards and to remember that we have this gravity force that brings things to us, that holds our pieces together, that holds us, and that in this way we can traverse whatever is being thrown at us or whatever life has in store for us. So a different way of seeing it as having to pause, hold everything out, and just create the space for us to, feel rooted in the ground, feel stable and strong, but instead going inwards, feeling ourselves as a sphere and feeling how naturally our own gravitational force keeps all the pieces of ourselves together, and how we can then just simply, even by breathing in and out, just remember and tune into that gravitational force that's our own, and understand that we are here holding ourselves together all the time, and we are changing and moving, and pieces of us can go and flow and change and come back, and we are still ourselves. We are still um, uh, our being. Like, if you imagine the planet, whether it's going through changes and volcanoes and earthquakes, and even the people on her building cities and destroying them, and all of that happens, it's still earth, it's still a planet, it's still a whole being. So seeing our grounding in this other way can help us much more easily to get back into that space of I got this and I can go through whatever's going on. So I hope this helps. And if in any way you feel called to living this experience that we had in this live session, where we were using music as background and breathing to just integrate the words and receive more guidance, and where this image came up of the sphere, and how to recall the pieces of us and how to feel this grounding within our center. All the information and the link to learn more about that is in the description below. So in the meantime, place your hand on your heart or feel your center, and just remember that this gravitational force is part of you, and is what helps you hold all the pieces of you together. Big hug.